Hey guys, welcome back to The Occasional Angler. Today we're going to go bass fishing, but with a twist. We're going to see if we can go out there and catch one of these bass on a BFS setup. Might be a bit crazy, but I reckon we can do it. So, let's go. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's been a busy few months for me. I got myself a kayak and I've been going out targeting a lot of bass using lures off my kayak, so that's been brilliant fun. I've got a few videos up, you can go and check those out if you want to see loads of action and loads of bass. I've also been targeting chub using crankbaits out of my local river, which has been great fun. Always good sport during the summertime. And finally, a new one for me, I also went vertical jigging for Xander up at Rutland for the first time ever. I joined Dave Mutton from the Lucky John crew, and he took me up there and showed me the ropes. We did a nice video for that, so if you've got time, go and check that one out. It's a really good, loads of information on how to actually go and do it. So, today, what are we going to do? We're going to go lure fishing for bass, but it's with a twist. We're going to go and do it with a little BFS setup. Now, I'm not sure if you know what a BFS setup is, but a BFS setup is basically an ultralight bait casting setup. BFS stands for Bait Finesse System, and these were designed to target trout and char in small rivers in Japan, and also smallmouth bass on heavily pressured waters in Japan as well. So they're very light setups. I mean, this reel is designed to take sort of 4 pound, 5 pound, 6 pound line. They're very shallow spools. Basically they're designed so they can cast ultra light baits down to sub 1 gram. So it's finesse fishing at its utmost. And the rods, this rod here is a rod which I made myself, and it can cast up to 6 grams, I think, from 0 to 6, or 0.5 of a gram to 6 grams. So this is the rod which I'll be using, and this is the reel, which is a Shimano Calcutta Conquest BFS. The line which we've got on here, we've got a backing of 12 pound braided line, 8-stranded braided line, and then we've got a 10-pound fluorocarbon leader. We'll be using tiny little crankbaits like this. This is a lovely little crankbait, and I found that I've been catching a lot of fish on these kind of size crankbaits. Here's another little one. This kind of colour, these kind of whites and yellows and oranges seem to do really well with the bass over here, so I'll be looking forward to using those. Basically, I connect my fluorocarbon line to my backing using an improved Albright knot, and then onto my little crankbait here, or slash bait in this case, I use a rapala knot. If you don't know how to tie either of those, look on my channel. I've done plenty of knot videos and you'll be able to see how to do it from there. The location which we're going to, now this is really important. So the place we're going to is some man-made oyster beds which are about 1 kilometre offshore here. They're set out in rows going out into the sea, and they act as a reef for the fish. So what you get is a lot of food around there, so there'll be loads of crabs, and when they get submerged, you'll get loads of little bait fish hanging around in there for protection, and that's what pulls in the bass. So the location is everything with this fishing, and that's exactly what we're going to be targeting. Also, there is a wreck out there. Now this wreck is an old boat, half in, half out of the water most of the time. And again, that bit of structure in what otherwise is pretty much a desert out there of mud and silt and sand. That structure just pulls in the fish from all over the place. So we're going to go out and target that. Now the timing of this is also very important. Bass like a bit of flowing water. So we don't want to be fishing it when it's slack tide. We don't want to be fishing it on the high tide. We either want to be fishing it when the tide's coming in, or we want to be fishing it as the tide's going out, so we get a healthy flow of water going through there. There's a lot of different schools of thought on this. The one which I've been told is bass are quite a big, strong fish. They can they've got a lot of presence in the water, and when you get strong currents, smaller fish and crabs and potential prey for them can get dislodged and aren't so stable in the water, and that's when bass have the upper hand. So we'll be targeting them either on the low tide, on the flooding tide, or as the tide's going out, so we get a lot of flow in the water. How are we going to get there? So there's no other way of getting to this place other than by boat or by kayak. That makes it inaccessible for most people, which is great for me, not so good if you don't have a boat or a kayak. But what it means is they're unpressurised. These fish don't really see anglers. So what I've typically been finding is if I get there and the bass are there, I should be standing a very, very good chance of catching a fish. I would be expecting to catch maybe a fish every sort of 10 to 15 minutes. And sometimes that can even be every 5 minutes. I've had it when it's gone absolutely mad out there, and it's brilliant. So that's why I'm going to do the BFS fishing out there, because it's my best shot at trying to catch a bass with a BFS setup, I think. Finally, why am I doing this? Well, pure and simple. I mean, like, a BFS setup isn't ideal for bass fishing, purely because if you hook into a big bass, and there are some big bass around here, you're not going to have the backbone of the rod to really be able to do too much, and also these reels don't hold too much line, so there's a very real chance of being spooled on a big bass. However, I'm on a kayak, so I can float with the fish a bit, so I'm hoping I'll be able to lock down enough that it can't strip all the line off. And really the reason I'm doing it is just for a bit of fun, and it's pure and simply that. It's really good fun on really light gear, so I thought, why not share that with you? So let's go and do it. Okay guys, the fishing gods have been kind to us. The wind has completely dropped off, which means that we're not going to be dealing with crazy dirty water, hopefully. Also means that we're not going to get smashed around too much, and hopefully there'll be some clarity in the water. This is a bass fishing trip with a difference. We're going to be using BFS setup, so an ultra light bait casting setup. The rod is rated from 0 to 5 grams. This is what I use for trout fishing. So we're going to try something completely different here. I feel confident I can get a nice sized bass in on this stuff. I've caught pike before, bigger than the fish which we're likely to come into contact with. So let's just go and give it a go. This is just a bit of fun. A few people said they'd quite like to see it, so let's do it. And here we go. So to get myself down here, I've made myself like a little makeshift ramp, which I was quite pleased about. So I just hide it here. Of course, with bonfire night coming up soon, there's a good chance that somebody's going to just grab this and turn it into a fire. So you might not see these in later videos, but anyway, at the moment it works really well. So it's super calm out here, which is great. Get the rod holder in. That's the Railblazer rod holder 2 with an extension arm. Brilliant. Look out for the video. It really is a great bit of kit. Well worth looking at. I've got the GoPro setup there, just so as we go along you can see if we get any takes. Oh yeah, we're in guys, we're in. Yeah. Okay. I saw that bass come round actually. I've been seeing them coming up on the surface round here. Yes. Okay. Weird, isn't it? They're here, they're just not feeding. Oh, it's a nice bass as well. Yeah. Well, he's not massive, but he's not small. So here we go. Bass on a BFS setup. Yeah! We did it! We got a bass on a BFS setup! Hooray! Bass on BFS gear. Boom. Yes, please. Yes, please. Oh, yeah, we're in. Oh, that's a big fish. Come on. Okay, this is a good one, guys. This is a good one. Go. BFS bass, here we go. Oh, it's right under the boat here. There we are. Not a monster, but he's no tiny one either. BFS bass, guys. Look at that beauty. Yes please, yes please. Okay, back he goes.
If you enjoyed my video, why not support me by clicking the like, the subscribe, and most importantly the bell icon, clicking all. That will notify you of all of my future uploads. If you really enjoyed it, why not share it?